to the chat, the link.
You can drop it on WhatsApp. So after that, I will give you the feedback. So
Okay.
I'm going to start our class.
All right.
Okay,
Thank you.
guys. Yep. Let me quickly share my screen. My screen is up, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Alright, okay. So today we'll be looking at wireframe, right? To know what wireframe is and how it will be helping us as UX designers, right? So a wireframe is a low fidelity visual representation of a web page or app interface. It outlines the basic layout, structure, and functionality of the interface without including detailed design elements such as color, graphics, or typography, right? So see a wireframe as a structure, a rough sketch, right? If it's a human body, say the bony framework of the human body, right? The skeleton, see it as the skeleton of application and website design, in the sense that this is where you add all the information you want to add without paying attention on the appearance, right? Without paying close attention on the appearance, without including colors, without including graphics, without including typography. This is where you just want to let out your ideas, right? Just like you're sketching, right? It's just like you're sketching. This is where you want to let out your ideas. You want to structure your website. You want to structure your products. So when you structure your products, you use maybe lines and stuffs like that to structure your products, right? That's what a wireframe does for us. That's what a wireframe does for us. So as we are on the class, we'll be looking at how to draw wireframes for mobile application and websites, right? For our digital products. So that's what we'll be looking at today, right? So how to represent our digital products with just lines, shapes, and the rest of it, without considering the addition of colors, the addition of real typography, the addition of graphics, the addition of effects, and the rest of it. You understand? So this is what a wireframe could look like. So looking at this page, you see that we are trying to build a sign in, sign up page, right? Trying to build a sign in and sign up page. So looking at this, you see the rough sketch of the sign in and sign up page or page, sign in, sign up page, login to maybe the landing page or stuff like that. But if you look at it, you see that we didn't design this with real colors, we didn't design this with effects and the rest of it. This is just like a sketch. It's a low fidelity, right? This is how we are trying to let out your ideas. So remember, there are two ways you can do this, right? Either you do this digitally or you do this manually. By manually, I mean on pen and paper, right? You can use pen and paper to achieve this. Then if you are doing digitally, you can achieve this with your tools, your design tools, right? Are you following?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So what's the purpose for wireframing, right? Wireframing helps us in easy conceptualization, right? Wireframes help us to conceptualize and communicate the overall layouts and structure of a digital product, right? So at this point, you're not so interested in the design. You're not so interested in how the design looks. You're not so interested in how it appears, right? You just want to get out all the concepts and layouts of that particular digital product, right? Then the second one, it aids in iterative design, right? They facilitate rapid iteration and experimentation during the design process, allowing designers to explore different layouts, layout options, and gather feedback. early on. So when imagine after designing a real website, then they tell you to make a change on this, make a change. You see that the pain, you see that pain you undergo trying to effect those change. But when you did it with a wireframe, be it on pen and paper, you can use your eraser to just erase and change. When you do it on Figma as just strokes, lines, right? You can just delete and replace. But doing that on an already finished design, it's actually not nice. It's just like the way architects draw their building plans, right? Imagine after building a house, then the owner of the house will come to tell you, engineer, please change this place. Dining should have been here, right? This is what you would have corrected from the wireframe. Okay, dining would have been here. The architect will now just clean up that mistake, then place the dining where the owner of the house wants it to be, right? Without wasting resources, without wasting cement, without wasting sand and the rest of it they used in building the real house. Imagine after building the real house, they will tell you, no, break this place down. You see that extra pain and extra labor. That's what things like this, things like wireframe helps us to take out. You guys understand? So
Yes.
third one is user experience design.
Yes.
Wireframes focus on the user experience, emphasizing usability and functionality over visual aesthetics. So, like I said, at this point, you don't focus on the visual aesthetics, you don't focus on how pleasing the design looks, right? You focus on functionality and usability, right? Focus on functionality and usability. You want to capture all the functions that website will carry. You want to capture all the actions a user will take in that particular website, all the features that are available. Want to capture them with just your wireframe, just your sketch. Let me call it sketch, with just your sketch, right? When you are also call it wireframing. So creating wireframe, define the requirements, define goals and requirements, identify key elements, sketch the layout, add details. Start by adding the goals and requirements of the digital product, understand the target audience, key user tags, and desired outcome. Identify the essential element that needs to be included in the interface, such as navigation menus, content menus, form fields, and interactive components. Sketch the layout. Sketch out the basic layout of the interface using simple shapes and lines. When we start designing that, you will see the different shapes we'll be using. Focus on organizing the content and structuring the interface in a logical and intuitive manner. Gradually add more details to the wireframe, including placeholder for text, image, images, buttons, and other interactive elements. Use annotations or notes to provide additional context and instructions. So when you are designing a wireframe, right, you want to at some point, if you want to, okay, when you start designing this, I will show you guys the two ways to do a wireframe. The industry standard way of doing a wireframe, which is just represented by lines and strokes and shapes, right? Then my own way, which I advise my students to use, right? So that industry standard way, if you are using that way, you have to label your elements, right? You have to label your elements. So when, let's say you're working in a team, so another person could actually pick up from where you stop, can continue your work without seeking for your clarity. Somebody can just pick up a wireframe you did, and the person will understand what is going on, right? The person will understand what you are designing from your wireframe. So you aid that person by labeling your wireframe, right? Are we still together?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes,
So
you are
the best
together.
practice, yeah, best practices for wireframe, right? You have to always keep it simple. Keep your wireframes simple. Wireframes should be and easy to understand. Avoid unnecessary detail or complexity and prioritize clarity and usability. So at this point, you don't want to prioritize the visual aesthetics. You don't want to prioritize how pleasing it's looking. What they told you to prioritize is clarity and usability, right? You just want to pinpoint all the features you want that particular product to house, you want to show them, right? Then focus on functionality. Emphasize functionality and user interaction over visual aesthetics, right? They're still talking about the same thing. Focus on designing an interface that is intuitive and easy to navigate, right? That's that for that. Then iterate and refine. Iterate on the wireframe based on feedback from stakeholders, usability testing, and design reviews. Refine the layout, structure, and functionality to improve the user experience. So, tools for creating a wireframe. Sorry, please ignore this sitemap tag. So, these are tools for creating a wireframe. Not that purpose of a sitemap. That's a wrong heading, right? So, tools for creating a wireframe. We have wireframing softwares like Adobe XD, we have Sketch, we have Figma, and we have the rest of them. While on pen and paper, right? Can like, remember, like I told you guys, you can do wireframe two ways. You can do digitally or you can do it on pen and paper. Sometimes start with a simple sketch on paper, right? So it's etching effect. That's an effective way to brainstorm ideas and concepts, right? Then you can start from pen and paper. When after sketching on pen and paper, then you can decide to translate it to um, digital wireframe. So digital wireframe could help you to show maybe let's say you're talking to your stakeholders, right? You can just wireframe that particular idea you want to share with them and show them. So they will look at the functionality, they won't look at the design. So they will just look at the functionality without being biased. They will know if this will actually work for them, right? That's why we use wireframe. So when we are using wireframe, we don't want to judge designs. We just want to let out the functionalities. We just want to play out the functionalities. So it's clear. So you guys are following.
Yes, we are following you.
Okay. Yeah. So we just try out wireframes. Create try out wireframes and different things you can do under wireframes. I don't know why it's taking time to load. I don't know. I don't know. Just have to refresh this again. Okay. So we have different, like I told you guys, we have different elements we use in wireframes, right? So and we have what we use to represent those elements. Let me just draw them out. Let me draw them out first. First we have thick lines, then we have square with an X overlapping it. X overlapping it. Okay, then thirdly, an X overlapping it. Then next to have a circle to get from our ellipse. The same thing. Right, then right, we've gotten this. Let me increase this a bit. So have these four elements. You have these four elements, right? One is a thin line, one is a thick line. We have a thin line, we have a thick line, we have a rectangle or a square with an X overlapping it. Then we have an ellipse with an X overlapping it too. So these are different things we use in wireframes, right? When we're designing real interface, right, to make use of pictures, we make use of text, we make use of icons, we make use of buttons, right? So that's not what we'll be doing under wireframe. Under wireframe, we'll be using these things, these lines to these shapes, right, to represent elements. This place we use thin lines to represent horizontal breaks. Horizontal breaks. We use thick lines to represent text. Text. Remember, I said text in UX design is called recopy, right? Use this to represent images. Images. Now, I use this to represent buttons, BTNs. I use this to represent buttons. I use this to represent text, buttons, images. Okay, let me create this. Text, horizontal breaks, images, buttons. So what I'm showing you guys this is someone could you could be in a team, right? And they do their wireframe, they draw their wireframe this way, right? They draw their wireframe this way and send to you as a designer. I guess looking at these things now, you understand what the person is doing. So let's apply these things. Let's apply these things. Let's say I have my frame. Let me get something. See if I'll get a design that will replicate. Let's get something simple. You must be bad. So if you have to wireframe this, let's allow it load first. So it comes up. We'll get the frame size 1440 by 3557 or something small. Then give it the size 1440 by 3557. Hit enter. Okay, that's the size. That should be the size. Let me take it a bit. Right. That's cool. So we've gotten that. First thing we look at is you see this navigation menu, this navigation bar. So remember what we said, horizontal breaks, we use thin lines for horizontal breaks. So we'll draw a thin line. Remember, whenever you see sections in a web page, we use thin lines to represent them in wireframe. Like this is a different section on its own. This is a 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 section on its own. You see how they are together? The ones that fall under the same section. This is a section on its own, and this is the last section, right? So if you want to differentiate them, you can use thin lines, right? That means using horizontal breaks and just draw that to be a section. Draw the line from here down to here. They are done. Yeah. This line isn't looking straight. It's something better.
I'm not saying anything. I don't know if any other person could see what is on the screen.
Sorry, I'm not seeing anything.
You're not seeing?
Hello? Yes.
Yeah.
That's my answer.
No, not seeing.
Alert me when you start seeing the screen.
As in, we can see the screen, but we can't see what is going on, what you are drawing, or any other inputs.
Is my mouse moving?
No, no.
No, it's not moving. We can only see the frame and the design. That's all.
Okay, just give me a sec. Let me check. Never lost that to you. Is it back?
No, not yet.
No. We can't see it at all.
Can I see it now?
We can't see anything now. Yes.
Yeah, we can see something now.
Yeah, we can see it now.
Okay. So I said firstly, right? Okay, let me change the color of this page so our elements will pop. Should I do black? Something that is so bright. So firstly, right, you know what I told you guys, horizontal breaks are gotten from thin lines. So we use the thin line to break this apart first. Okay, this guy started down a bit down. Yeah, I guess almost the same place. Right. Then next we do is we add this. See that site name, that's a text. So we pick one of these. Which one are we to use to represent this text here?
Thick line.
The thick line.
Okay,
A thick
so
line.
we pick our tick line. Pick our tick line. So we have another text. 1, 2, 3. We'll still do the same with the tick line. One, 2, 3. Then you have a button and choose to represent that with this. And again, you see that this is like a navigation. So any a navigation is always like a button, right? Remember, a navigation is always like a button. So we can choose to represent it with this button icon. I don't know if you understand me.
Yes. Yes.
No, I didn't get you, please.
I said a navigation menu, right? You don't know
Okay.
that navigation menus, right? That if you click on this text, it will take you to another page. That's what you know what
Okay, okay.
navigation. So they are equally like buttons, right? They're equally like buttons. So you can choose to represent them with these two, or you can choose to represent them with lines. I don't know if you understand.
Yes, yes, yes. I get it. Thank you.
It's all right. Everlasting battle.
Sorry, what features are you using to do that?
What?
What features on Figma or on your keypad are you using to do that? Those adding and putting away from this thing.
This is an advanced feature. It's called auto layout.
Oh, okay.
Auto layout. If time permits us, we'll look at that. If time doesn't permit, maybe when you play around Figma more, you can watch videos on auto layouts. Auto layouts is actually broad. So equally, you can bear with me that sometimes site name, right? This could be logo. You understand? Sometimes people use logo to represent that. So using logo, you can use this image, right, to represent that. But for now, let's just leave it as text. Hence, this one just has text. So next we do is this place, right? We have 3 lines of text. So get 3 lines of text. And this big guy, this big guy. Know that this a text goes here. The next guy we bring in is this rectangle with an X overlapping it. This rectangle with an X overlapping it. You know what it should represent, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, it's an image.
All right. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 13 lines of text. So this then add this. trying to create this. And this guy. Just trying to create this. And this guy. Then lastly, add these guys. Now you see here, you see I have icons to go for. These icons are like buttons. Stickers are icon. See that's see a representation of what we are talking about. So this could make it to your wireframe, right? You might be seeing things like this in the future. So when you see something like this, right, you see that it will be so hard for you to understand what's going on here. Although you know that whenever you see this, okay, I know that an icon, a button goes here, a text goes here, text goes here, an image goes here, text goes here, image, text, image, text, 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 then buttons, text. So, right, you have that knowledge in mind, but you don't actually know what is going there. So, when you do something like this, it's now left for you to label it. You can say navigation icons, right? You can drop an arrow, draw an arrow this way, and draw an icon, an arrow like this. Change the color, maybe give it a color of red. Color. Let's see, guys can see the arrow. So let's say this is our arrow. I just name it navigation icons. So right, so you want to carry everybody working in that team, all the members of the team, you want to carry them along so they will know what is happening. So that's why you have to label if you are using this method of wireframing. If you're using this method of wireframing, you have to label. So, but the method I always advise people to use is using the real copy. Even if you not have the real copyright, use placeholder text. So don't go about using lines. Don't go about using Okay, yeah. Don't go about using lines. Don't go about using this for buttons and icons, right? Use real icons. So if you want to use an icon here, then get the icon and use it. Go to your plugin, get the real icons and place them here. But don't use the color. Always use black and white. Don't color the interface if you are doing wireframe. Then use real buttons. Use real buttons. Just like this one is a button, you still use the real button here. Let me show you what I mean. Take this guy out. Then draw the real button. Draw the real button. This could be your button text. Let's get started. So this could be your button. So use the real button. Remember, it's two colors. Let's use black and white. Use black against white. Okay, change this guy. White. As simple as that. So once you want to do your high fidelity design, right? If you want to do your high fidelity design, it will be so easy for you to be like breeze. You don't need to start labeling these things, right? You don't need to start labeling them. The icons are there. Let's say here is, let me just get random icons to place. So I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. Let's go to Iconify. Against Iconify. I don't know why Figma is kind of slow this morning. It's Iconify, run Iconify. Iconify, home button, home icon. Search for home icon. I'm not choosing, I'm just choosing random icons this time around. So I'm not paying attention to select the right icons. Just let's just get things and see show you guys how it goes. Notification. Notification icon. Notification icon. Which other icon? Cat icon. Add to cat icon. Cat icon. I guess there are four. How many are there? Three. Okay, there are three. I'm done with that. These guys. Then it's my space. Stuff like this, right? This could make it your wireframe. Then you can use the real logo here. The real logo is still on your black and white. Maybe let's say this is Google. Let's say this we are designing this website for Google. Then just come to Iconify, get Google logo. The real logo add, right? So when you're making these changes, the things you might just be changing is adding the pictures, colors, and effects. See, when you design your wireframes this way, it's actually easy for you. Then you can use placeholder text for the text, or you use the if you have the real copy already, you can use them. Let me check if I will see any placeholder plugin. Lorem, yes, Lorem ipsum. So you see that. So this plugin generates random text for us that we can use in our design. Just say use 3 lines and paste them here. Change the color to black. So should be 3 lines, remember? So and this guy should be bold and regular bold. See that? Use either placeholder text or use real copies. Okay, this guy is kind of thicker. So you can use real copies, right? You can use real copies, then still get these copies down for these guys. Let me just add this randomly, right? And use array copies to do this. So when you do wireframes like this, you find it very easy if you want to do the high fidelity because you're not coming back to arrange text again. You're not coming back to convert text to lines from lines to text, right? What you're just changing is pictures. Maybe when you didn't use the array copy, just type in the array copy, then add colors. Like that's just it. See, your design is just breeze, zoom, zoom. So now you guys now know how we build products, right? We've known how to do from user interview, user research, right? When you do your research, you synthesize the finding, all those type of things, all those features, all those stages which you didn't cover, right, as beginners. Then you end at user flow, end at um information architecture, kind of, then end at value proposition, then landed at wireframing, right? When you wireframe your interface to solve that user's problem. So then when you get, let's say you're building this courier service now, right? You're building this courier service, we've done wireframing, right? Then you now add features, although you should have covered that during value proposition, right? You pinpoint values that will solve that user's problem, right? You pinpoint values that will solve that particular user's problem. So that's what value proposition is all about, right? I don't think it's a basic concept. Basic UI UX designers don't have business with that currently. So so that's where you incorporate features that solve the user's problem. So I've been able to walk you through the phase of user research, walk you through the phase of persona. Now we're in the phase of wireframing. So after wireframing, right, this then when you translate it from this wireframe, this one we drew here to this one, right? You see this one that has real color. This one is high fidelity and this one is low fidelity, right? See, this one is low fidelity, this one is high fidelity. Although some people add mid fidelity, medium fidelity, right? Where they add some colors, but not stuff. If you check up online, you'll see stuff like that. But the two main concepts is high fidelity and low fidelity. Why some text break it down to mid fidelity, stuff like that. So mid fidelity could be maybe when you're having a network glitch, you will see your web page or your mobile app will appear blank, right? It will appear blank, but it will have colors. It will have colors. The contents won't be there, right? But you'll be seeing different shapes. I don't know if you guys have seen something like that. To have the colors of that website, it happens mostly when network is having issue or network glitch, right? So it will just load the blank page with colors, full colors, with different shapes, like a structure, is like a layout of that particular website. Have you guys seen something like that before?
No,
Yes,
no.
Yes,
Me, I've
like
not seen
Yeah,
it.
YouTube. Like if you are trying to access
yeah, YouTube
YouTube.
does that a lot. Yes,
Okay,
YouTube does that a
okay.
lot. I can remember stuff like that. So, but just know you have low fidelity and high fidelity. So this is low fidelity and this is high fidelity. So the difference is just like this is like the sketch, the representation, while this one is the full design, having colors, having images, and having text. This one just have text, would be text represented by lines and these shapes, right? Then doesn't have colors, doesn't have images. So when you see two of them, you should know which is which, right? Then we'll switch from low fidelity then to high fidelity. Then we'll talk about prototyping. So prototyping talks about different movements in screens, right? Different movements in screens, like different ways users interact with the design. What happens when they click on stuff? What happens when they take actions? Those type of things. That's just the difference there. I guess you guys can spot the difference between these two, right?
Yeah.
yes, sir.
Okay. So you see that another task is coming. Guys can see that another task is coming. That's why I told you guys to always be on the move. Let's be on the move. As we are moving together. right? So this particular task will span across this week, right? This task of wireframe till Monday. Should be from now to Monday. Today should be Wednesday, I guess. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Or is it? I guess it's too much. Sorry, that's too much. Okay. From tomorrow we'll look at another thing though. So we'll do create a wireframe for your courier service app. Create a wireframe for your courier service app. So look out for other courier service apps. Check what they do. Check what other courier service apps do, other courier services they do. Then that will create a wireframe for them, including those features, those your personas told you, your participants told you. Maybe the ones that told you that they get, maybe they have, sometimes they get their missing products, all those type of things. So create add technologies that will solve those problems, right? So create a wireframe. So remember, you can always start from paper and pen, sketch out your ideas, right, of a delivery app, right? The delivery app should, sorry, not the delivery app, the courier app. It shouldn't be you shouldn't have too much pages on it. So maybe I want to just see the sign in, sign up page, right? Then see the home page. It should be an app, remember, not a website. It should be an app. Sign in, sign up page. You will see the home page, right? Home page. Then you'll see where to um fill in your kind of register your order for shipment, I guess. Where to register your items for shipment, right? After registering your items, you pay for the items. After paying for the items, then you wait for delivery. I guess that's the flow they use, right? If you want to review something, right, you go to the place they want to review it. They will register it, give you a receipt, you pay, they give you a receipt, and you wait for your product to be delivered. I guess that's how they do it, right? I
Yes.
don't
Yeah,
know.
there is also a
So,
place you can check for time delivery and everything, and check whenever, like the timing for the delivery also.
They will give you a
okay.
time. Then
Yeah.
there is this the link they will send to you, so you'll be able to track your load.
Yeah,
Your yeah.
yeah.
So yeah. So
So
perfect.
that's the flow of what we'll be doing. So that's what you guys will do, right? We all know how these things works. You know how it works. If you don't know how the real Korea guys work, at least you've done wheel bill. Use that knowledge of wheel bill you've done to a particular location, right? Use that flow to design this. Draw a wireframe. It can start from on paper, right? You can start from paper. Then after drawing it on paper, you can take it into your system. Then if you are comfortable with drawing on your system straight, digital formats, that's fine. For paper is actually easy, right? It's easy to make changes. It's easy to make changes. Always remember to align your items. Always remember to align your items. I just looked at something I did now. It's not aligned. Always remember to align your items. It makes your design look professional. Makes your design look professional, right? Always remember to align your items. Simple things, simple stuff like this really matter. So guys, have fun playing around this. Have fun playing around this. By tomorrow, I guess we'll be having another concept tomorrow. Or we'll still talk about wireframe, or we'll still play around wireframe, whichever as the spirit leads. As the spirit leads, talk about. But I'll make sure that before this section ends, we must have finished one project. We must have finished one project. So that's what I will make sure I will see to, right? Then when we finish that project, you just have only two projects to do for yourself. Two projects to do for yourself, and you are good to go. Always remember the advice I give you guys. Don't draw the wireframes with. I just want you guys to know the different representations to know where circle with an X overlapping, where a square with an X overlapping, a rectangle, right? Where a thin line, where a thick line, the meaning of all these things, you've known them, right? But don't use them for a wireframe. You can use only the rectangle with an X overlapping to represent images and use one black and white, right? When you do it this way, when you use the real text, when you use the real icons, right? It's very easy for you to navigate, to continue the design, to change to high fidelity. See what I did here? If I just, and even I'm done with this text, what I'll just do is get this image here, and I'm done with this page, right? See this place is done, is on check, check, check. What I just need to do is to add color to this place, and it's on check. I'll still come to this place, add the same color. But look at this place I didn't do. You see, first I need to start getting the text, aligning the text first, right? Checking the real copies, then add image again. You see that the workload will be much. But when you add the real copy straight, everything is just in sync. It just be zoom zoom right. That's the advice I give people, I give my students always go that way. Yeah. If you have questions, I'm actually open for your questions now.
Good morning. Sorry, I have a question. Good morning,
Good
everyone.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah,
morning.
I want to know how you came up with this line.
This what?
The line, like this line. You know,
Which
I
line?
could hear when you counted like 13 lines, how you came up with it. Why you were
I
about to
just draw
design
line.
this one. The one below the image,
This one.
not that one. I can't see your
This
cursor. Exactly, the one on yeah, exactly that one. How you
these
came
are
up with
normal
these
lines.
lines? Yeah, because I
They are
could hear
normal
you when you
lines.
counted 13 lines. Okay,
You can draw lines with your pen too. You can draw lines with your pen too. This is a line. When you are
okay,
done, you can increase the size if you want. That's a line. So I didn't do any magic. That's just normal basic line. Just that I duplicated it. I counted 13. I drew one, then made a copy in 13 places. That's just all I did.
okay. That's fine. Understood. And secondly, you made mention of low fidelity, high fidelity, and medium fidelity.
Okay.
I would like to know what that means.
I said low fidelity designs, right? They are designs that doesn't have the full visual aesthetics, right? That doesn't house the real picture. It doesn't have the real text. It doesn't have the real colors, the real icons, the real buttons. Just like this one we did here.
Okay,
This is a low
that means
fidelity
this thing on your
design.
screen means low fidelity, right? Because there's no images there.
Yes, this particular
Is
one
that
is
what low
designed.
fidelity means? Okay.
Yes. Then this one is a high fidelity. You see that this one is having all the design
Yeah, the design is
elements.
completed, the images, the text, and all that.
Yeah, that
Okay.
is. Then the
And
when I
medium
broke it down in
fidelity.
text, just see, okay, just see these two, low fidelity and high fidelity. That's all that matters. The mid
Okay.
fidelity, I don't think it's generally accepted, right? But people still use that term mid fidelity.
Okay.
You understand? Yeah. So you can actually look up for that on YouTube. You can have videos for that. But the two generally accepted ones is low fidelity and high fidelity prototype, wireframe prototype design, stuff like that.
Okay. Thank you very much. I understood. And lastly, you said don't color the interface if you are doing a wireframe.
Yes, as part of the prerequisite of low fidelity, right?
Okay.
It doesn't come with colors, right? I told you that what makes up a high fidelity is color, image, real text, buttons,
Okay.
icons, and maybe effects, stuff like that, right?
Okay.
What
Okay.
is this? What determines if a design is low fidelity? You see, the absence of colors, the absence of real image, the absence of real text, and stuff like that, right? Those are just
Okay.
the two things that differentiate these two guys.
Okay.
You
Thank you
get
very
it now.
much. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
No more questions.
Please, I wanted to ask about that navigation icon. So you were saying that if you wanted to use the icon, so what did you say about the that round what's it called? The one with the button. I didn't understand that part well because you're saying that we can actually yeah,
I
exactly.
said,
This
okay, you know how navigation works, right?
yeah.
When you come to a website and you see the navigation menu, you can see About Us, Help, Contact, FAQ. Those are navigation menus, right? Why they are menus? Because they are clickable. You
Yeah,
understand?
what I'm
When
trying
you
to
click on
ask
them,
is can we use that real icon instead of this button?
that's what I said. You
You
can
know,
use the real icon.
okay, so the button that you put there, that black button, so we can use exactly that rectangle, right? That upper part,
If
that
the
navigation
navigation,
icon.
if
Yeah.
the navigation you are designing has a button there, definitely you will
Okay.
use the button. If the navigation you are designing are the navigations that come with only text, there are navigations you will see that comes with only text, just like this one,
Okay.
right? This one comes with text. This could be home. This page could be home, about, and help. This
Okay.
only
Okay.
text, right? So that's how it works.
Okay. So if it comes with home and everything, we can use the icon. But if it is only like a page, you can actually use a text. But right?
Yeah, any way it comes, any way you want to represent your navigation. Some use text and icons, some use only text. Whichever way you want to use, right? Whichever format you want to follow works for you.
Okay.
That you are the designer and you know why you are choosing what you are choosing. You guys.
Yes. Yes. Thank you. Yeah.
So as the questions are coming, write your names too. Write your names on the chat box. So yeah, continue. Any other question? We'll call it a day. So you guys, you heard the tax I gave, right? You heard the tax. So
Please, when are we submitting the assignment?
which one? This one today.
Yes. 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 This today's one.
Do pretend you are submitting it tomorrow. Did you understand me? So pretend you are submitting it tomorrow and do the task. I don't know. Any day it comes to my mind, I can just take it maybe tomorrow or next. But just pretend you are submitting it tomorrow. These things
Yay.
they are not much now. They're not much. If you bring out an hour or two, you can draft something out. Can draft something out. Remember, nobody judges you how clean, right, the your sketches on paper is. You can just do a scramble on anything. It's your own. Just draw it any way you feel you represent your ideas. Then when you want to take it to your system, you do a more informed design. That's how it works. Are we together?
Yes, we are together. I'm sorry. I think was it Friday? It was on Friday. That was the last time I attended your class. So I would like to know about the assignment because yesterday I wasn't in your class. Likewise, on I think on Friday, the last time I attended was on Thursday. So I'm interested in the assignment.
Message Aminat or a message. Yeah,
Okay.
Aminat is
Yeah, I
here.
mean, that's fine. That's fine. No worries.
Aminat,
Yeah.
to- to-
Okay. Thank
Aminat,
you.
kindly start through. Did you hear?
Yeah, okay. All right. I will.
Thank you. All right. So
You're
writing
welcome.
your names, guys. Let's meet tomorrow. If you don't have more questions, let's meet tomorrow. Same time, same station, same channel. So bye guys. Meet again tomorrow.
Bye, sir.